Hello there. Okay, we're gonna do a quick channeling and see what we got. So much love, blessings. Here we go. Greetings. This is Nathaniel. Blessings. We are from the tall blonde Nordics. Much love to you and your incarnation here on this earth. It's good to be positive in an environment such as your world. Yes, it's difficult to bring everyone together in this. Not necessarily have to see eye to eye, but it would be nice if more pleasant with each other. Or pleasant to yourself at first, and then pleasant to each other. Or both at once would be good. But that is up to you. A message from our collective, tall blonde Nordics that are connected to your government systems at this time. Understand we are bringing much energies to your planet. As for positive energies, but of course, your government your systems here have another direction for you. Your elections are quite interesting. We do see around near the end of as it gets close to your election time, yes it already is, but as you get to the coming days of your election time, we see many scandals opening up that will have a change of events for your election cycle, meaning it will get many attention as for which way to swing. As of course your society believes they have power over your election system, which is not true, but to give the illusion of power is what is in your hands at this time. That is what is going on, is that we see many technologies being used underground to increase protection over what is going on as for your government. Basically, your government stays in power. So they're using more alien technologies they've used recently to better their control over your society. Meaning more mind control systems are being placed, the old ones are being removed. Let's put it that way. So we do see changes in your media, and let's just put it this way: it's changing. your VR right now, your virtual reality setup, and I believe there's another one. I do not have that information, but we'll go with VR at this time. There are many that are being used as another way of keeping your society subdued from what is truly going on. You understand that? You can say VR is another way to keep you under a spell. And as your people begin to awaken from the spell, they see the control systems, and they are getting more sophisticated. They do change over time, and they're about to change now. Not to say it's not all virtual reality, but there are other systems that are being in place that have not been gone public yet, but they have been in works for some time. You will see it over the next couple of years. Yes, I know. I'm not giving you full details, but you will see a change in your media structure. You understand, let's put it this way, in some ways it is part, as for social media, that will change. Yes, I believe that is very general, but will shift where it become more controlling over your society. Meaning it will have more details about your people than it ever has before. Now it does, but still it's still quite vague. Now they're digging deeper into who they want to know everything about you. But also they want to know who they're not controlling. Realize social media is put out there to be attractive, to pull you in, but also to tell the governments what's on your mind. This is why it's so easy to place on your Facebook, etc. They want these things. They want to see what's in your mind. Yes, they use systems to do that already, but it's better for you to do it themselves. That way it's easier. You understand? They want you to put your world out there. Understand this is all corporate controlled also. Yes, they do have their positive sides, yes, but also their negative also. It's one thing using for business practices, but to realize where you're posting your stuff. Just wanted to put it out there. They already know, but they're digging even deeper into who you are. Where they have more of an idea of, they already know what you look like, but more of like your day-to-day chores. They want to know everything, and they're going further into that. Meaning many companies are coming together also in secret, selling each other's information in secret. This is partially already known, but not fully known. But many of these big corporations are working together if it involves money. They keep themselves incognito of their partnerships just so they know more about you, where they can get their money from you, but also it does help the government keep an eye on you to make sure that you are under the spell. Let's put it that way. Because realize when more humans break away from this system and realize it is just a control mechanism over humanity. They realize they cannot, yes, make the funds that they like. They can't do the things that they like to do. So they lose their power. And the more and more do this, now they realize most of your world's under this control, so it's no worries. But they want to make sure it stays that way. Do you understand? This is why privacy means nothing to many of these companies. Your Google, etc. They're not to say they're all bad, but they do have positive and negative. But of course, the governments can tap into all of this. This is probably mostly already known, but to make it more understanding, they are increasing their energies, advancing their technologies to know more about you, meaning making it attractive for you to put yourself out there on social media. So they don't have to dig for you. You can place it. You're doing the work for them. Just to let you know, it's getting more sophisticated. AI is also understand all these technologies have already been, yes, 30, 40, 50, sometimes not 100, but 50, about 50 years and more advanced than what you see in your public eye. And also these companies understand how this works with your startup companies. Also, is where do you think these startups receive their money? Much of it is actually from governments, business people that work for the governments. You understand, shadow corporations. What do you call it? You have a word for it, but front companies. But much of it is actually ran by government. Understand where it's difficult to see that, and they fund these startups. They even bring in technologies from other companies that they are funding, where these so-called advanced technologies are coming from. Understand? Your Google gets some of it, but not all Google. They don't want all this technology go to one company and it's spread out. It's less obvious. And besides that, it's more fun that way. It's a way of control also. It's like, why have it under one company? It doesn't make any sense. But once you spread it out, but still control it. Understand also, yes, AI is going to be used as a tracking device in your society eventually, yes. Now, will it be fully advanced? Yes, but will it be like you see in your movies? Not exactly, no. Just another way to track you. That is all. It is made to track you, and yes, make you more reliant on the systems. Yes. Now understand, it's not all negative, but it's not doing you any favors either. Not to say it's all negative, because it's not. So a lot of it's actually there to be useful, but understand, they still want more data on you. The more data they have on you, the better. The more they know who is asleep and who is awake, and understand. And also, yes, free speech will come into that also. Where you no longer have free speech in certain areas. I believe that's already in your social media to a certain extent now, isn't it? Now understand, this is where your future is going. I believe this is mostly those who are well aware, but give you another perspective, at least from our perspective. One moment. And some of it will say, oh, this is all news. But to give this, understand, we can't give you full details of everything, of course. So generalization is the best we can do. But yes, AI is coming into your environment slowly. Obviously, these are already fully advanced. But yes, government intervention is behind all of this. But hidden. How do you think they get the funds for all of this? You are basically paying for it. And you don't even realize it. And yes, Obama said that the government built the internet, that they funded. Yes, well, in many ways that's true, but still, it was still human innovation that expanded it. And that's what they want. They want you to expand it. And the only reason he said that you did not build that is just to piss off a couple of people from what we're gathering. He had a reason behind his motive there. To make those of independent businesses to feel like they don't mean anything. It's just a big government way of thinking. And also, in your government infrastructure, there is a shakedown going on behind scenes, where many are being planned to be thrown out of the government. Now, this is their public government, or many are being planned to be thrown out, and new ones brought in, but understand it's the same show. Understand, many of them don't truly remember many things. Understand, when they connect to government behind the scenes, government, such as your shadow governments, most of them do not remember the interactions that are going on there. But some of them do. And most of those being brought in are paid off well, let's put it that way. Not necessarily part of your shadow elites. Those are the shadow elites. I've been there for some time. You can almost it is difficult to put it together. And also, there's many that are within your government that aren't known publicly. Those are part of your shadow elites also. But to connect to them is quite difficult, because many of them are donors. They have their way in, let's put it that way. Lobbyists, but they have their foot in the door. They are technically government. Does that make sense to you? I believe it. Well, I'll let you make that decision. One moment. But there is change going on in your government. Obviously, yes, with your election, but also there's much backdoor deals that you're not aware of. Of course not. Where many are being forced out of their positions of government. Statewide, federal. Many are being forced out, but it's behind the scenes, not in your view. Many will be able to put the dots together, but it's up to you. To go ahead and do that, some of it's exhausting because those dots are sometimes hard to notice or find. Let's put it that way. One thing your ETs want to also tell you that yes, the selection is brutal, yes. But also, look how people come together. Yes, you might be going after each other, but look at the unity there. if it was only for something more positive. So it is possible for your world to come together. Obviously, you're on different sides of the road because of candidates, but still, look, that impresses many extraterrestrials. I just seeing the activism. That's saying a lot. That shows that your world has. We see that in a global scale, but maybe we'll leave the politics to the side. Where many do feel like they are part of a good cause and come together. Massive groups, yes, that is wonderful. Without negativity, though, that is what we're looking for. Though it is possible for your world to come together. Obviously, there's a divide, but once that divide is removed, we do see a unity on your planet. But that is sometime in your future. Of course. You must go through these negative motions. They're there for a reason. And they're there for much learning processes, also to advance one's mental, physical abilities as for emotional knowledge on this planet. They need it, they cherish it, do not want aliens to take it away anytime soon, which we understand. One moment. One thing we went around your Hillary Clinton, we do see a lot of great activity recently, and around your Trump is much reptilian. As for what is going on, there is, you can say it's backdoor deals going on. As for seem to be in being connecting with the supporters as observers, not necessarily in a negative way, but there are great amount of observing, yes, from all different species. But your Hillary has attracted many greys, and your Trump has attracted many reptilians, yes, because he comes from a reptilian world. As for your Hillary, mostly Anunnaki, but actually mostly Pleiadian also. A combination of the two, but Anunnaki is very strong, the blood there is very strong. She's using it on your world at this time, her techniques, as you can see. They are going well for her now, aren't they? As for Trump, is using more reptilian, also Pleiadian tactics. Much of it is the tall blonde tactics also. Using money as a way of showing power. That is very Pleiadian. Depending on your Pleiadian, though. But there are Pleiadian worlds where money does exist. Not just yours. In some regard. And he has mastered how to use it. Yes, maybe not exactly in the most positive way, but much of that is the Pleiadian energies. You can say there are other worlds that have a money system similar to yours, where he's learned the money situation there before he came here, where it's much more complicated. And as for your Hillary, she learned her politics from the Anunnaki. And some of it slightly from the Greys, actually. As for word manipulation, how words are used to empower people. You say a certain word, it gets a lot of attention now, doesn't it? She knows that one word very well. Of course others do, but she knows it very well. She has mastered that. And it's shifted in her personality also to bring attraction. And he does it too, but I think she does it better. We'll leave you at this time. Hopefully this information goes well with you. Yes, I understand much of it is general at this time, but hopefully it will bring an enlightenment to some of you. Yes, we cannot go into full details of your future for a good reason. Much love to you. And be good humans, please. Be good to each other. Much love to you. We all love you.